Just like there is a nice verse given by Yāmunācārya. Yāmunācārya, he was a great emperor, but later on he became a great devotee of the Lord under the disciplic succession. Now he has got very nice verses written by him. One of the verses is stated like this: yad-avadhi mama citta kṛṣṇa-padāravinde nava-nava-dhāmany rantum āsīt tad-avadhi bata nārī-saṅgame smaryamāne bhavati mukha-vikāraḥ suṣṭhu niṣṭhīvanaṁ. He says the experience of his life. So he was a king. He enjoyed his life like anything. Now, after he became a great devotee, spiritually engaged, he expresses that experience in this way: that yad-avadhi mama citta kṛṣṇa-padāravinde. Since I have engaged my heart and soul in the supreme devotional service of the Lord, since then, what is the result? Yad-avadhi mama citta kṛṣṇa-padāravinde nava-nava-dhāmany rantum āsīt. I am getting every moment a new type of transcendental pleasure. Since then, bata nārī-saṅgame, this is materialism. Nārī-saṅgame means sex life, combination of man and woman, nārī-saṅgame. So he says that since then, that whenever I think of sex life, because he had experience, he was a family man, he was a king. He says that whenever I think of, not to act, but whenever I think of sex life, I say, no. So, the paraṁ nivartate. Why this life has come to him? Because he has seen something, he has experienced something which is transcendental pleasure. And in comparison to the transcendental pleasure, this material pleasure is just like spitting over, you see, very insignificant. So here it is said, raso-varjaṁ rasopiyassa paraṁ nivartate. Though one who is forcibly refrained from material enjoyment, or that sort of forcibly material enjoyment, cannot last. Cannot last. There are many examples. There was a great Muni, great sage, whose name was Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra. He was formerly a very powerful king. Now, in his later life, he gave up everything and he wanted to be a transcendentalist and great meditator. Great meditator in the yoga principle of life. He was a yogi, great yogi. Now this Vishwamitra was performing meditation in the forest very supremely. So the Indra, the king of heaven, he became frightened. So this man is performing so much penance, so he might come, he might ask from God and claim my seat. So just detaching from this person. So he had many beautiful women at his control. One of his name was Manoka. So Manoka was ordered that you go there and try to induce him to have your association. Because in this world, our real bondage is this, either for man or woman. This is the real bondage, the sex life. So the Manoka was sent to Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra was meditating, but his eyes were closed, so that the woman made some sound of his bangles, and Vishwamitra saw, in front of me, a very nice, beautiful woman, very young. Now that woman was sent for that purpose, so he became implicated with that woman, and there was a girl was born out of that combination. That girl's name is Shakuntala. Perhaps that's a famous name. There is a book of Shakuntala. That is the daughter of that combination. Now, here is the example that he was a great meditator, a great yogi, but the inner implications of enjoying sex life or material enjoyment, that did not go. That was by force. By force it was submerged. That's after forcing our senses not to act, that will not be suitable. We have to see something more beautiful than the spiritual life, than this material life. Then we can be refrained acting material. Otherwise it's not possible. So we have to learn that thing. How we have to see the beauty of spiritual life. Then naturally we shall be refrained from material activities. Just like a child, a boy, he is all day mischief making and playing. But if he is given some good engagement, there are now so many devices by the educational department, kindergarten system or this system or that system, but if he is engaged, form A, form B. So he learns at the same time A, B, C, and at the same refrains from his mischievous activity. Similarly, there are things, kindergarten system of spiritual life. If we engage our activities in that spiritual activities, then only it is possible to refrain from these material activities. Activities cannot be stopped. Activities cannot be stopped. Just the same example that Arjuna, rather before hearing Bhagavad Gita, he became inactive, not to fight. But after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he became more active, but transcendentally active. The spiritual life or transcendental life does not mean that we are free from activity. Simply artificially, if we sit down, no more I shall do anything material, I shall simply meditate. Oh, what meditation you do? Your meditation will be in a moment broken. Just like even Vishwamitra Muni, he could not continue his meditation. You have to always 100% be engaged in spiritual activities. That should be your program of our life. Rather in spiritual life you will hardly find any time to get out of it. You have got so much engagements. So, raso-varjaṁ. And that engagement can only be possible when you find some transcendental pleasure in it. So that will be done. That will be done.